Welcome to the galaxy. This is the incredible journey of 5 unique individuals, tracking their story from the very first spark of an idea all the way to the final submission day. Pull up a seat and hit play. This is the story of their journey. Every great mission has a starting point. It all began back on April 14th, 2026, when a team member conducted an initial company survey with Monsta Studio. Fast forward to May 6th, 2026. Comes the day of their very first official group meeting. Sitting down to figure out the path forward for their MGT340 assignment. The room was filled with a mix of nervous energy and excitement as each member struggled and fought through the pressure to come up with the perfect ideas. With a clear direction in mind, May 11, 2026 marked a major milestone. On this day, the 5 of them stepped up to interview Madam Melda Navita, the Manager of Human Resource for Monsta Studio SDN BHD, the very company they set their sights on in the previous episode. By May 16, 2026, the real teamwork began, pulling together all the valuable findings they gathered. From their intense interview session, the group sat down to analyze and debate the core insights. This led them straight into June 1st, 2026, the drafting and compilation phase. Diving deep into the collected data, they began piecing everything together to achieve the magnificent report. Finally, June 26, 2026, the final destination of their long, hard-working journey. The mission is officially complete.
Okay guys, I think we should get started with our MGT340 assignment. So first thing first, I think that we need to choose a leader for our assignment. So what do you think?
I choose FARHA because she always keep our project deadline in check and also structure things properly.
Yes, I think Mira is right because FARHA have a great communication skills. So that is what exactly we need during our HR interview session.
I agree with everyone because us having a clear leader will guide us through this assignment. So FARHA, what do you say?
Call me in. I vote for FARHA. I think she's the perfect fit for our group assignment.
Oh, thanks guys. I accept the role. I hope we can collaborate together and ace this assignment together. So next on our list is dividing the task. So I think that for making questions, we should go with ALYA and SARA. And for editing the interview video, I think I'm gonna go with ROSMIZAN. And lastly is leading the report. I think Mira should do this. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with this or do you have anything you want to say about it?
ALYA, do you think that we can do the task?
Yeah, I think we can work together.
So FARHA, we both agree that we can do the task together.
Okay.
But I think I am more comfortable in writing a report.
Yeah, me too. I would prefer to edit the video.
Oh, okay then. So let's change it. Okay, so let's get started.
On April 14th, 2026, FARHA reached out to Madam Melda to introduce our team and state our purpose regarding the upcoming visit to the Monsta branch. In her message, FARHA provided the scheduled interview dates and formally requested permission to access relevant statistical data, provided it aligns with Monsta's policies. Madam Melda subsequently expressed her agreement and graciously accepted our request to visit the branch.
What time is it already? Don't you think we should start discussing on where we should do the interview? I feel that so. I think they discussed it without us. Let me check them so that we can discuss face to face.
Maintaining clear communication is one of the biggest challenges in group assignments. In this project, a major hurdle arose when ALYA and SARA experienced a significant misunderstanding with their fellow teammates. Recognizing that silence would only worsen the tension, their team members, Ros, FARHA and AMIRAH, decided to intervene. The three teammates immediately initiated a face-to-face discussion right after class to address the situation openly and clear the air. During the meeting, the group discussed the root cause of the problem. Ros, FARHA and AMIRAH successfully cleared up the timeline, proving that it was an honest gap in communication rather than intentional exclusion, which immediately put everyone at ease. With the air cleared and the workload evenly redistributed, the team successfully turned a moment of friction into a productive collaboration. Good job to them for handling the situation so professionally.
I think we should start discuss about the question that we want to ask Puan Elda. So what's the first type of question?
The first question is, what is the main issues that happen in the company?
Yeah, I think I can agree with that question. I think we should do issue. We give 3 or 4 questions
And also the challenges.
Seterusnya kita akan pergi ke part implikasi isu terhadap syarikat. Soalan pertama, apakah kesan atau implikasi yang pihak syarikat alami daripada isu-isu yang telah dinyatakan tadi?
Dari tadi kita ada cakap pasal burn up semua tu kan. Okay. Itu dari segi kelewatan dalam menyiapkan projek. Benda tu akan menjadikan kualiti hasil kerja tu tak cantik lah, tak jelas. Lagi satu, syarikat juga memerlukan kos tambahan sebab nak ambil kerja baru. Kalau macam diorang dah ketik memang.
Rose, I don't think our mic is working well.
Really?
Yeah, you hear this? I think I need to edit the card to raise up the volume.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. So this one after edit?
Yeah, we can hear the voice clearly now.
So benda tu akan
OMG guys, I think our written report is not aligned with our guideline.
Calm down and we'll figure it out together, okay?
To fix this immediately, the entire 5-member team, FARHA, ALYA, SARA, AMIRAH and Ros, gathered together to review the document page by page. Collaborative troubleshooting allowed everyone to pinpoint the formatting gaps and missing sections simultaneously. During the review, Ros provided crucial commentary and structural recommendations to make things right. Ros suggested reformatting the data presentation layouts and shifting the focus back to the primary core objectives outlined in the rubric.
What is the key lesson that you learned from this assignment?
Being the team leader for this assignment actually taught me a lot about leadership and teamwork. Before this, I thought that being a leader was mainly about giving instructions and making sure everyone finished their task. But throughout this assignment, I realized it's actually much more than that. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that communication is everything. Whenever we shared our ideas, updated each other, or discussed problems early, everything became much more easier. I also learned that listening is just as important as speaking because sometimes the best ideas come from your teammates. another lesson is that you don't have to do everything by yourself. At first, I feel like I had to handle everything to make sure the assignment went well. But I realized that trusting my teammates and giving them responsibilities made us work much better as a team. Everyone has their own strength, and when we use those strengths, our project becomes stronger. Of course, we also faced some challenges, especially when we were rushing to meet deadlines. But instead of stressing out, we supported each other, stayed flexible, and focused on finding solutions together. That really showed me how important teamwork is. Overall, this experience helped me become more confident as a leader. It taught me to communicate better, trust my team, and stay calm when facing challenges. I'll definitely carry these lessons with me in future projects and even in my future career.
Okay, so on our last assignment, the good news is that we achieved our goals on time. Our team worked incredibly hard and the final output was successful. However, looking back at the process, I realized that just hitting the target isn't enough if the journey to get there is chaotic. So even though we got across the finish line, the workflow was a total scramble because nobody knew exactly who owned which task. I assume a group of motivated people who just figure it out and on their own. Instead, team members accidentally did the same work twice, which is wasted a lot of unnecessary time and energy. So, the biggest lesson I learned from MGT340 assignment is that good teamwork requires clear rules, not just friendly people. In human resource management also we learn that you must match a person's daily task with the team's biggest goal. Without structural clarity, even the best talent will end up stepping on each other's toes. And we also improve our teamwork. We create a clear system of accountability right from the start. We cannot leave roles up to guesswork. We need to use tools like a responsibilities chart so everyone knows exactly where their job begins and where it ends. So lastly, I want to tell that before you or us start assignment, we need to have a meeting. We need to sit down as a team and write it out exactly who is responsible for what. And this simple step will remove the messy overlaps and make sure the team can collaborate smoothly and efficiently.
So on our last assignment, the good news is that we achieved our goals right on schedule. The team put in a massive amount of effort to deliver everything by the final due date. However, I realized that meeting a deadline isn't a true success if the journey involved a frantic last-minute sprint to the finish line. The real issue was our uneven pacing because we didn't establish a clear schedule for the early stages of the project. We spent way too much time perfecting minor details at the beginning. This poor time estimation left us with an exhausting, stressful rush during the final week. The biggest lesson that I had learned throughout this assignment is that successful project depends on proactive scheduling, not just working hard. In human resources management, we learned that maximizing productivity requires the balancing workloads across the entire project life cycle. Without a structured time bracket, work expands to fill the time available, creating an unnecessary pressure at the end. To fix this moving forward, we must stop looking at the project as one giant deadline. We need to implement a time blocking system that breaks the calendar into smaller and manageable chunks. Tracking progress week by week ensures that no single day carries too much burden. For our next project, we will build a shared visual calendar before doing any actual work. We will log in inform target dates for every phase like research, draft and review so the workload is spread out evenly. This simple habit will eliminate panic, low stress and keep our daily workflow smooth.
One of the biggest lessons I learned
each other matters. Whenever there were misunderstandings or different opinions, we discuss them respectfully and focus on finding solutions instead of blaming each other. This experience taught me that strong communication and teamwork are essential in human resource management because they help build trust, solve conflicts, and achieve common goals. Overall, this assignment improved both my communication skills and my ability to work efficiently in a team.
From this human resource group assignment, I gained a deeper understanding of human resource management. Before doing this assignment, I only knew the basic concepts. However, after researching and discussing with my group members, I learned that HR is not only about hiring employees, but also about identifying workplace issues and finding effective solutions. This assignment also helped me improve my teamwork, communications, and problem-solving skills because we had to work together and share ideas to complete the project. Overall, this experience has given me a better understanding of the important role of HR in helping an organization achieve its goals.